Welcome to What is Going On in the UC, and today we're going to talk about our testimony. Where is your testimony? Alright, so if you've been following this 40 days that I've been doing, this is day 39, episode 40, because I did 2 episodes in one day. Okay, and so far we've been talking about how the blessing changes our lineage, the blessing removes fallen nature, and the blessing changes our identity. Okay? But where's your testimony? Where is your testimony? Now we're going to rewind. We're going to go back 2,000 years and we're going to see what Jesus did. And we're going to see what happened as a result of what Jesus did. Now, when Jesus came, he wanted to be the true parents, but he couldn't get married, so he never gave out the blessing, right? But he and the Holy Spirit became the parents spiritually. They became the new parents spiritually. So through baptism, we go under the water, we give up our old life, and we pledge ourselves to Jesus, and we're reborn. Through accepting Jesus in our heart, we are born again. Our life is new. We're supposed to change our identity. We're supposed to be a child of God. We're reborn through Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. New life, new experiences, new psychology, change of identity, change of lineage, right? But that level of salvation that Jesus brought was only spiritual. In other words, it's only psychological because it didn't change our sexuality. He did not teach us sexuality like True Father did. So what happens is for 2,000 years we have had to baptize our children because they were born in sin. They were born outside of God's blessing. So we've had to redeem our children. Children have had to be born twice actually because they could not be born properly the first time. So they did not have a way to have a proper identity the first time they were born. And this is what it's been for 2,000 years, but it was better than what it was before. So, you know, people who go through the transformation through Jesus Christ and Holy Spirit, they usually have a testimony, and it goes a little something like this. I thought I was dying, and my friend told me about Jesus for the umpteenth time, and I was like, okay, daggone it, I'm gonna give it a try. And I knelt down in front of a lake with the moonlight bouncing off the lake, and I felt this tingling feeling. I don't know if it was the wind, but I said to God that night, if you save me from this affliction, I will give my life to you. I woke up the next morning and I was healed, and ever since I have walked with God, I've never doubted him. And so what they're testifying is that they had to give up an old life, and how sweet the new life. They talk about the sweetness of the new life after coming into a relationship with God. That's rebirth. That is being born. That is being born through a new. Somebody said it's like saying, please let me be your child. Please give birth to me. And a new life happens. That is spiritual rebirth. Okay, it's a transformation of your psychology. But what did you parents do? They actually transformed us psychologically, but they also transformed us physically. They taught us sex. They even tried to match many of us so that we could have a complete physical experience of giving birth to children, as you know, as if the fall had never happened, with God's permission, right? Having physical children, and some of us even got matched. And so this whole physical experience of physical sex without the archangelic lust, right? Now, here's my testimony. In the 3-day ceremony, I knew from all that I learned from my satanic father and all that I did to women before I joined the church, I did not deserve a woman. But you guys know the 3-day ceremony, the woman's on top for 2 days. It occurred to me that in the 3-day ceremony, especially those first 2 days, that as archangel, me completely identifying myself as an archangel who does not deserve God's daughter, God, through true parents, is putting his daughter on top of me. And it is as if he was saying, go forth And don't be an archangel anymore. You are now my son. I just treated you like my son. I put my daughter on top of you. Don't you ever think that you're an archangel ever again. As long as you're with this woman, you are a new person. And whatever I used to do is dead. Is dead. And as much as I cling to my new life, and as much as I cling to this new relationship with God, that's the same amount that I must cling to my wife, because my wife is the very bearer of the good news. And it's not good news from her mouth. It was the nakedness after taking off the holy robes. Okay? It was in the 3-day ceremony. Okay? What a testimony. Now, that sounds a bit like a sexual ritual to me. Whatever. If you can't figure out how to make that fly, you know, with your friends in the coffee shop, I feel you. But at least you've got to know. You've got to be testifying to yourself about the splendor of true parents. Because I am born again. And if you're a blessed person, so are you. And I'm just saying that because I really hope you know what that means. God bless you, brothers and sisters. Talk to you later.